Okay, this message, I don't know what's going on, but it's just like going through that period where it's just, well, it's never gonna be anything other than religious conversation in my head because with what's happening in this world right now, you need to know the true creator, the Almighty, the true Almighty, and you need to align yourself with Him, and you need to become uh, a man or a vessel for the Almighty. No, you need to know how to see the true Almighty and become a gateway uh, aligned with Him so that He can bring about His will. Now you know that the Almighty that I worship the Almighty in the manifestation of randomness. Yeah. Now, how do you become a place where randomness can act? Yeah. First of all, you need to make sure that no consciousness can use your mind. This goes for friends, family, acquaintances. When you hear a voice in your head that you recognize as a friend, a family, or whatever, you must rebuke it. Yeah? You must not tolerate anyone. You must not tolerate anyone speaking in there or sending sentiment. You must not tolerate any connection with anyone living, anyone familiar to you. Yeah, you must endeavor to make sure that there is no voice in your head that is of another consciousness, because the Almighty, because it's the Almighty, He should be the only thing that can survive your onslaught. When you attack everything that's in your head, yeah, friends, family, acquaintances, yeah, and you make sure that none of them can use your mind as a resting place. You attack everything, and even their known scientific research will tell you you can never design anything that's 100%. There's no process that is free of randomness. There's no man-made process that is free of randomness. You can get it up to 99%, but there will always be um, a percentage where you have to say that, well, that was unexpected. It happened without, beyond the theory. And even when you look at their medicine, when they fix one thing, yeah, they'll have a leaflet in whatever medication they prescribe to you. They say, right, this medication is to fix a headache, but it exposes you to a risk of stomach cramps, diarrhea. So they mess up something else when they fix one thing. So randomness jumps from one place, and it could be anything else. Once you fix it here, it could manifest as anything else. Yeah. So you make sure that you become a process that's at least 99.999% accurate. There has to be that small minuscule percentage that you have to allow for that, because that's when the Almighty will act. That's randomness. So you make sure no one can use your consciousness as a resting place, as anything. No one can use your mind as anything. But you have to be resigned to the fact that every now and then something random will happen. Yeah. And that is when the Almighty is using you. When it will be through randomness. So I'm going to make sure that nothing taps into the power of my mind, and the only time the power of my mind will be manifested is when something random happens. That's when you're aligned with the Almighty, and it's only the Almighty can act, and it's only His will. Random processes are natural. Yeah. If a random process happens, it means that something in nature must have happened. Yeah. That led to it happening. So it's aligned with nature. Yeah, only when God acts will it be right for you to use your power. Now, if you find yourself having all these different kind of powers, you must only use them to defend your mind. Yeah, you must destroy anything that comes into there. Don't have emotional attachment to it. You must destroy, and you must become cold. You say, look, my mind is not somewhere where you're gonna dwell, because from there they're gonna start telling you, I don't like you thinking this, I don't like you thinking that, and then you're gonna feel small and trapped and diminished in your mind. So you don't tolerate anyone being in there. You start off friendly, even if they're family and friends. You don't tolerate anyone chatting in there, saying shit in there. Yeah? And the only way anyone can use the power of your mind is when it's a random act. That is when the Almighty is using you. So become a fortress to this world. Yeah. And bear in mind that there will be a one-off, which will be a random event, random occurrence, where your power, where your fortress is breached. But if you become a fortress that's 99.999% secure, yeah, the only thing that can breach it is a random event. The only thing that can breach it is the Almighty. Yeah, that's how you become a man of the Almighty, and you become aligned with Him, and you allow His will to come. That's how you allow the Almighty's will to come.